the 2024 season started. I don't even know. I don't know if this like a competition or something, or is this something that they trying to compete on? Lewis announces going to Ferrari. It blew up. I mean, it even blew up the stock market. Stock market prices for Ferrari went pew. You know what I'm saying? You could go look at it. Pew. All right. Now, all of a sudden, here it is. Toto Wolff, Max Verstappen, Mercedes combination. Is that really happening? Well, first I'm going to say, my name is Jay. Welcome to Wolfpack Performance Talk, home of the F1 Minute content creation that involves you in a conversation. And we are talking about Max Verstappen, Toto Wolff, and them trying to be a Mercedes parent. What's up, Galactus? I see you in the chat, bro. I'm going to say this. All right, we're going to go over this because Jos got some things he's trying to say. Not trying, he is saying them. He's saying that Christian Horner is a disturbance. Toto Wolff is quoted as saying anything's possible when asked about Max Verstappen. Then we got the two, Jos and Toto, joining up in the paddock. Let's just talk about those three things in certain levels. Let's talk about this crap, all right? Let's kind of break it down. I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think about the situation like I always do. Whether you agree with it or you don't, it's my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Galacticus, big shout out, brother, joining up in here. So first I'm going to say, let's not go too extreme to one side or another as far as, is this true about Max Verstappen going to Mercedes? Is this true about Jos and this whole campaign against Christian? Let's just say, hypothetically, all of this stuff could be true. Some of it could be not true. All of it could be fake. But we do know this. Where there's smoke, there is fire. Where have we seen evidence of this before? And then all of a sudden, ta-da! Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari last season. Talks were happening during the break. Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari. Question. It's not true. I haven't been approached. Ferrari's not said anything. This season before it opens, Lewis Hamilton's going to Ferrari 2025. So let's just keep that in mind. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Now, how hot this fire gets or what color this fire is, white, blue, orange, depends. But I'm going to just go off some of the quotes and I'm going to go in levels of what I think about these type of things. So first off, Jos says Verstappen on Christian Horner. It will explode. He is playing the victim when he is the one causing the problems. This is what Jos said. This is what Jos said. Jos, whatever. Max Verstappen's daddy. This is what Max Verstappen's daddy said. And this is what I'm going to say. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger. And Jos, Max Verstappen's daddy, is not the right messenger for these type of messages or quotes. He's not qualified. He is a pure example of the teapot calling the kettle black, white, silver, gold, whatever you want to call it. You are that. Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen's daddy, it has done 10 times worse than what Christian Horner is being accused of or possibly really has done since that whole media package came out. I mean, they blasted dude, sent pictures, screenshots to everybody, including Jos. But what I'm saying is, Max Verstappen daddy ain't the one to be trying to talk about Christian Horner playing the victim and or causing the problems. Jos Verstappen is not the one to be talking about he's the one who's going to rip or cause a rift in Red Bull. No, he's not. No, he's not. You want to know why I say this? I say that this is not true because Red Bull has already proven to us that they will harbor such a person with fucked up integrity and character as what Christian Horner is being accused of because they got Jos Verstappen in the paddock. They got him in the garage. What do you mean, Wolfpack? What do you mean? Why are you saying that? This is why I'm saying that. This is why I'm saying that. This is Jos Verstappen right here. Flemish newspaper. The paper wrote that Wednesday morning, the Dutch police arrested 39-year-old man from Maastricht in the city of Roermond. According to still unconfirmed reports, the man is a former F1 driver, Jos Verstappen. Verstappen apparently had an argument with his 24-year-old ex-girlfriend The paper says that Jos Verstappen deliberately struck her with his car, leaving her heavy bruises and abrasions. She was then taken to the hospital. Verstappen later reported to the police station where he was arrested. In 2008, Verstappen was fined and sentenced to 3 months suspended jail time for harassment and assault against his ex-wife, former car racer Sophie Compton. The former Britain F1 driver was previously convicted of assault in October 2000 over an incident at a karting track in 1998 in which a man suffered a fractured skull. This is the person that's talking shit about Christian Horner is causing the problems. Christian Horner don't need to be here. Jos should have never been in the paddock, period. He's a woman beater. He's a woman beater. There's a report that this wasn't his first time beating a woman, assaulting a woman. He took a car, and purposely struck a woman with this car. Had charges, although dropped, for attempted murder. This is the guy that y'all supposed to be holding all this weight, saying, oh yeah, Jos Verstappen even saying Christian Horner needs to go. So, I don't give a damn about what he say. This dude has already got a history of assaulting women and people and fracturing a man's skull. That's what his history says. Those are facts. So the messenger don't mean shit to me when it coming from that dude. And Red Bull has already showed you. That's why I doubt Red Bull would have done anything about Christian Horner had the shit not came out to this magnitude, because they know who Verstappen's daddy is, and they still let him in the paddock. They still let him right there in the wall. They still let him come all around everything and all around you people that pay for paddock passes, the paddock experience. You sitting around somebody who's a woman beater. You sitting around somebody who took a car and hit a woman with it. You sitting around somebody who fractured a man's skull at a karting event. But that's supposed to be okay. That's supposed to be okay. So Red Bull already showed y'all who they are by letting this dude in. Meanwhile, Albon's mama can't even get in talking about, because she got a non-violent crime. Non-violent. Not saying it's good. Card scamming, whatever it is, embezzlement, but it's non-violent. This dude has caused violence and personally assaulted human beings, preferably women, and it's cool to have him around. Stop it. If Horner is gone, who would you want to run Red Bull? Bro, if Horner's gone, I don't give a damn who run Red Bull. Bring Gunther in. bring Gunther in. Because Galactics, I got another point I'm finna make in regards to this whole Toto Wolff and possibilities and all this other stuff, bro, because that's a good question, right? If Horner's gone, who runs Red Bull? I don't even really think it matters, because the person that's most important at Red Bull ain't even the team principal. It's not Helmet Funny, No Funny, Don't Know Geographical Marco. We're going to get into it. But that is who Max Verstappen's daddy is. Let's not forget. You know what? It's funny, right? Birds of a feather seem to flock together. Ain't Nelson Piquet Max Verstappen's daddy-in-law pretty much? The same dude who was hollering and talking about racist insults towards Lewis Hamilton and homophobic slurs towards Lewis Hamilton. So Max got a daddy who is a homophobic, racist ass person, and then he got a daddy who's an assaulting, woman beating ass person. Birds of a feather flock together. So either Max Verstappen is just some victim in the middle of it all, or he probably ain't too far from them all. He's just a little bit more docile, a little bit more fragile, a little bit more reserved. Because a lot of people like to try to claim the victim role for Max. Well, look who he's raised by. Look who, what he had to deal with. Y'all falling for that shit. Okay. It's possible, because Toto Wolff said anything's possible. Toto Wolff said anything is possible. So let's take a look at it. That's Max's daddy, Jos Verstappen. That's him right there, beating on his ex-wife, hitting his ex-girlfriend with cars, and fracturing a man's skull. That's him. That's who he is. That's who he is. I'm gonna tell you, if you've been raised around violence, if you've been raised around people that can't control their impulses, you've been raised around people that are damn so fucking ridiculously engulfed in their ability to overpower somebody because it feeds their ego, you can tell. When I look in that man's eyes, I can tell that's who he is. I can tell that's the type of person he is. Plus, he living his life that he never had, never put together, never earned through his son. That's why he sit there like that damn, I'm telling you. That's why he sit there like that. And it might be true. I'm not saying that there might not be a little bit of victim of Max being a kid, because what's a kid supposed to do? A kid don't pick their parents. A kid can't raise their parents. But at some point in time, a kid becomes a teenager. A teenager becomes a grown man or woman and becomes aware of all that is wrong and is right. And either they are mentally weak and conform to those wrong ways, or they realize, yo, this dude will never hear from me. I'm talking about myself. Will never hear from me. Will never hear from me as no father. I know how that felt. I'm never going to make my kids feel that way. That's why I'm the best father I can be, because I don't want nobody to feel the way I had to feel coming up in that environment, not having all the male guidance I should have probably had, trying to leech along the way, find good and bad. But is Max that or not? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Max is. We'll have to see in due time what Max is going to be. So let's get to this next thing. Let's get to the next topic. Toto Wolff. Toto Wolff ought to be ashamed of his damn self. Toto Wolff met up with Jos Verstappen in the paddock. Y'all want to know what this shit remind me of? It reminds me of the type of situation, right? You dating somebody, y'all going out, then all of a sudden you decide, you know what? This person really not for me. I'm really not feeling it. You know, whatever the qualities is, whatever the personality is, we just not gelling right. We're not really vibing. I think we just need to part ways. Lewis Hamilton parting ways with Mercedes. Why? Because over 2 seasons they ain't been vibing. Oh, because they didn't listen to me. Oh, because they said I'm not smart enough. Oh, because they said that's not my job. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of your shit. You don't want to listen. You don't want to do right. I'm gone. So what's Toto Wolff do? The same thing an ex would do. They gonna go find somebody that you know at one point in time y'all didn't like or y'all talked about, and they gonna date or talk to that person to either try to get your interest back or make you jealous. That's what Toto Wolff talking to Jos Verstappen remind me of. He reminds me of the ex that want to try to talk to the other person to try to make you jealous. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Toto, what are you doing? You falling apart, bro, out here? You falling apart, bro. The house of cards is starting to crumble. OG Zilla, that's what I just was saying. It's coming down. Y'all thought Mercedes was falling and on their way up. This type of actions by Toto Wolff says that the fall ain't even over. That the fall might not even be over. Now, I'm also going to say this. I can't blame Toto in the essence of if he's available and Lewis is leaving, I gotta try to get him. He gotta try to get Max. If there's a shot that Max Verstappen is leaving, he gonna leave Red Bull. Ferrari already got Lewis. McLaren already got Lando and Oscar. Alpine ain't shit to Max. AlphaTauri damn near ain't gonna get him. That's the other Red Bull team. He's trying to get out of Red Bull. Aston Martin? Nah. Haas, you know not. Williams, hell no. We an option. Mercedes is an option, right? Lewis is leaving. We got George, but he ain't really ready to lead no team. Max ain't really leadership quality either, but he's a better driver than George. I got to go ahead and shoot my shot. Hey, Max, you mind if we, exchange numbers? Toto, it look bad, though. It does look bad. Does it already look bad for you? Yeah. So can you make it even worse? Yeah, you kind of did. Because right now, Toto Wolff, what he has done in meeting up and talking about this and the rumors coming out, and him, matter of fact, him Not just the rumors coming out. This is him. Anything is possible. Toto Wolff, when asked if Max Verstappen could end up at Mercedes in 2025, anything is possible. He toying with that just off the strength. Lewis Hamilton leaving, and you like the jealous ex that want to go date or talk to somebody to make him jealous. It doesn't look good. It's not a good look. And I'm telling you right now, what you are confirming, Toto, is some of the concerns and or conspiracy theories, whatever y'all want to call it, that people had about your character, your integrity, and your ability to stand behind Lewis Hamilton as a 7-time world driving champion that has brought more to Mercedes than any fucking body has and or likely will, and support him as so. Why? Because people was already questioning you about Abu Dhabi 2021. People was already questioning Mercedes and their actions about how far they was willing to go to try to make a wrong right. And you showed them it wasn't too far. To me, you didn't even make it to the 50-yard line. To me, you didn't even make it to the 50-yard line when it came to me grading you and Mercedes about how far y'all willing to go to make a wrong, which was evidently needed to be right. I mean, and it was completely shithouse wrong. And then y'all come back. And make a bum car for a 7-time world champion who was supposed to be 8. But you got your 8. And then you make a shithouse ass car. But not only one season do you make this car, Toto. You don't listen to Lewis. We all saw it in Drive to Survive. Lewis Hamilton said it. Y'all told him he basically wasn't smart enough, which I don't know how many times people, I'm going to say this because it's factually and documented historically true. Why in the hell would they pretty much tell Lewis Hamilton that he ain't smart enough to give them feedback on a damn championship driving car when he knows what the hell a championship driving car is? Because you know what? They told black people going in the military, oh, you can't be officers. Oh, you can't be this because, black people can't see good at night. Oh, you can't be a swimmer because black people can't swim, which, you know what? A lot of black people don't like water. And you know what? Maybe the slave trade and being in slave ships and in the bellows of these ships and being thrown overboard like they ain't ship or cargo, maybe that kind of trickled down and has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe. Just think about it. But quarterbacks, can't be a black quarterback. You know why? Because you're not smart enough to make these plays. And you know what? You want to run around and do all this other stuff. We just want you to be prototypical. 3-step drop. Let it go. Them telling Lewis Hamilton what he said they told him in Drive to Survive pissed me off. Because they had no damn right to tell Lewis Hamilton said such fucking things. As much as he's done and the feedback he can provide and what he's provided to you, to tell that man that type of shit after you already screwed up and he stood on stage and said, Mercedes, don't make mistakes. Lewis Hamilton has had your back every step of the way and yours has faltered. So let me ask Toto this, because I got to ask you something, because he says this. He says that anything is possible. Anything is possible, y'all. Remember that. Anything is possible. Okay, let's talk about the possibilities. I'm all about talking about hypotheticals. It's cool. Let's talk about it. Let's say that you have approached Max, and let's say there is some interest of Max Verstappen entering into Mercedes 2025, because supposedly he's got a clause in his contract that if Helmut Marko leaves, he can detach from Red Bull, which should tell you all that Max Verstappen's allegiance and relationship is stronger with Helmut Marko than it is by far with Christian Horner, okay? By far. If Max leaves, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean for Mercedes? I just want to know. If Christian Horner leaves Red Bull, is shit really finna change at Red Bull? No, not really. You wanna know why? Because Christian Horner don't design no damn cars. Helmut Marko, his old non-funny, racist, geographical, non-knowing ass, don't design no cars. It's one benefactor, one key numero uno that is a chip among chips, is the key rock that if you pull it, shit will crumble down, and that's Adrian Newey. So I gotta ask you, Toto, did you also talk to Newey? Is Newey packaged in with the Max Verstappen incoming? Because if he's not, What you gonna do? You just gonna put another driver that is highly capable in a shitty-ass design car to do the same damn thing. If you haven't built a car that Lewis Hamilton can do great things in again, Max Verstappen ain't gonna be able to do that. In fact, let me tell you what you're gonna have in your hands. You're gonna have somebody who is definitely not as tolerable as Lewis Hamilton, definitely doesn't have the patience, definitely doesn't have the character and integrity, and you're gonna have a shitstorm in your hand. What you're gonna do is hop out a boiling pot of water into a crispy, hot, sizzling frying pan with grease in it. Lewis gave you 3 seasons to get your shit right. He's leaving after the 3rd, but he's still there driving for you. He could have made that decision last time. You think Max Verstappen gonna give you 2 seasons of his life to make a shitty ass car after he done already been driving a car that's so damn dominant? Most could debate the most dominant car in Formula One history. Well, until the RB20, which this one might be that. After what we saw the first damn race. So, Toto, unless you got Max and Newey coming, because Marco don't design shit. I believe it can be done without Marco Chris. But unless you got Max and Newey, what you really doing? Besides looking foolish, what are you really doing? Right now, you already on a chopping block in a lot of your spectators and your fans' eyes, because they had hope, false hope, that you provided in FP2 of Bahrain, fell short in FP3, and then got in a race and got your boots blown off. Along with everybody else, of course, along with everybody else. I mean, you got your boots blown off and other people got their entire house blown away. At least you still had a house to go back to. I'll give you that. But unless you got Max Verstappen incoming with Adrian Newey, or you got a W16, 17 somewhere that's just so damn proven that, I mean, you ain't even did that, did you? No, I don't think so. So yeah, it's possible, but what does it change? What does it change for Mercedes? Nothing. Another driver going to be disappointed in what Mercedes can't produce. What does it change if Christian Horner leaves at Red Bull? Nothing. He's not designing the cars, and neither is Helmut Marko. Now, can relationships cause Max to go ahead and dip? Yeah, I do think that's a possibility. I think that we've heard it enough from Max himself that he's talked about leaving the sport earlier than some would anticipate he would have thought about leaving. Maybe this situation doesn't even cause him to go to another Formula One team. Maybe Max says, you know what? I think it's about high time. You know, I got this 4 championship. I equaled Seb. I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm about to go do another racing series while I'm still in my prime. Like, not go do another racing series when I'm on the other side of my prime. Like, let me go do another racing series while I'm in my prime. Max do seem like the type of dude that'll do that. He does. I don't even blame for it. I don't see anything wrong with it, right? Like, go participate in another racing series while you're in your prime, not on the other side of the fence. You got 4 championships here. Maybe I do believe Max cares about statistics. I do believe that. Don't get me twisted. But I also think Max is a little bit different of a character when it comes to, you know what, I think I'm done. I didn't get to 7. I got 4. I think I'm done. I'm going to do something else. I do think he kind of has that in him. All right. I think he got that kind of feng shui in him. But Toto Wolff, bro, you playing with the smugness up here, anything is possible with Max Verstappen when asked about 2025 is silly. It was silly. Silly. Anything is possible. A better answer would have been, we haven't even explored that we haven't even explored that option. We haven't even talked. Right now, we are in 2024. So many of you all are already talking about 2025 when Lewis is supposed to be leaving us. Right now, we're trying to get our heads down and figure out how to be competitive right now. We don't have time to talk about Max Verstappen and everything that's going on in the Red Bull camp. What I can tell you is we don't have those problems. We don't have those problems. We don't have somebody's dad who's a known person, that's a known criminal, who's assaulted people sitting around in our paddock. We don't have a driver who has blatantly on the radio defied team orders when told to do something right then and there in our team. I mean, if you want to talk about Lewis Hamilton back in McLaren when he did it, fine, talk about it. Go ahead, talk about it. I mean, talk about it. And if we really want to compare it and put it on the scale, what Max did to Red Bull and Perez in Brazil was crazy compared to that. But okay, same, cool. But we don't have those problems right here in Mercedes. Pretty good with it. We got George Russell, and we know he's been a little bit ass, but, you know, as far as his things he's done, but still, he's not even comparable to that. So that's what Toto should have did. That's what Toto should have said. But instead, he took the route of the scorned X. How does that help you in your 2024 season with Lewis Hamilton? Because right now, nobody, well, I'm not going to say nobody. There are plenty of people that will always try to hold Lewis unfairly accountable, just like sometimes I probably have held Max unfairly accountable in some situations, and that happens. But there are a lot of people that would say Lewis Hamilton would not be wrong right now for considering and thinking about 2025 and not giving a shit about 2024. Because what happened? My seat broke, bro. My seat. I done talked to you all last season about seating position, and y'all still can't even get that right to the point my seat came loose in the seat in the damn race. I'm not going to blame Lewis for being like, man, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait. I never thought this day would come where I would say I can't wait to get out of Mercedes, but I'd be damned. It done came. It done come. It done arrived. And you made it worse by everything you did behind the scenes within the relationship of a team and your personal relationship with Lewis. You made it worse. I think all of this could have been avoided had you just listened. Had you turned around and said, yo, this shit was a monstrosity. We made the worst car in 2022. Let's not make anything that look like that again. I don't want to see nothing. If I come in this design room and y'all got some paper that looks like a car is drawn on it that resembles 2020, the W13, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. But no, what do you do? Go back to back with some ass sacks. That's what you did. So talk to Max Verstappen all you want, Toto. Say what all is possible. But let me just tell you this. It doesn't look good. You haven't been looking good, and now you're looking even worse. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it a buck. You're looking even worse. Looking even worse. Anything possible. If you thought that was like smug and cool, it wasn't. Jos Verstappen, shut the hell up, bro. You ain't got no room to talk. You're not qualified. He playing the victim when he's the one causing the problem. Or you done caused harm and assaulted in medical bills for other people. OG Zilla, only way I see Max moving to Merc is if he has some inside info of Newey retiring, leaving, and Ford pulling. Hey, thank you. Thank you, OG Zilla. Thank you very much. Exactamundo. Now, if that's the case, I ain't mad at Max for dipping for real. Because you know your season's about to be hell. But Josh, you ain't qualified. You need to shut the hell up, bro. Everything you done, I'm not even taking up for Christian Horner. I'm just calling like it is. We know there's all different levels of crimes. Somebody who steal a pack of gum out of a convenience store is not viewed and looked at the same to me as somebody who walks up to another person and blow their brains out. It's not the same. They both crimes, but they not the same. Christian Horner is a piece of shit. If this is what he done and it's real, he piece of shit. I mean, I already didn't care for his character anyway, but this just stack a piece of shit cherry on top. But Jos Verstappen, bro, you way worse to me. Way worse. Even on paper, documented paper, you way worse. OG Zilla. Also, it's only 1 week into the season, and we got enough drama to make a whole DTS. Bro, OG Zilla, preach. Dolph, preach. In 1 week, we got enough to make 6 episodes of Drive to Survive Season 7. No bullshit. Season 7, they like, we can start editing right now. We can make Drive to Survive 7 right now. Everything else is just extra. We can make at least 5 episodes off this shit alone, y'all. This gonna sell. This gonna sell, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, Drive to Survive is cranked. Cranked. Once again, if you didn't know, take a look. That's Jos. That's old Jos Verstappen right there. That's him. That's what he done did and done. He did more being a criminal than he did being a Formula One driver, for real. Jos Verstappen was a more accomplished criminal than he was a Formula One driver. Imagine that shit. That's horrible to say. But yeah, the scorned ex meeting up with the daddy. I guess in the patty. I guess, man. But anyway, that's what I think about this whole situation. That's what I think about Jos Verstappen. That's what I think about Christian Horner. That's what I think about Toto. That's what I think about as far as Max. Kirk Whiteman, welcome to the Wolfpack fam. What's going on, bro? I see that yellow badge. I see that yellow badge. I see you, bro. I see you. So, yeah, that is what it is, y'all. We got another week of race coming up. I believe this is going to be another Saturday race. I think the race is on the 9th. Qualifying's on the 8th, I believe. The 9th and the 8th. So if that is the case, then that would put us... I don't know why my calendar's not working. Let me look on this calendar. Anyway, I think it's on a Saturday. I think the race is on a Saturday. Means qualifying to be again on Friday. So we will see whether it's supposed to be really bad for us this coming weekend. So we actually might not be at the race for the little one. So I might be here doing what I do with you all right? So y'all stay safe, stay dry, drink your water, be healthy. We'll pack out. Peace.